don't just want the news, they want the truth. What others hide, I bring to you with evidence. Politics, corruption, human rights. No filters, no fear, just facts. I don't stop until the system shakes. This is Trending Daily and I'm Makhdoom Shahabuddin. Pakistan is once again stepping into the global spotlight, not for crisis, not for conflict, but for diplomacy, dialogue and peace building at the highest level. As fresh signals emerge from both United States and Iran, the world's attention is now turning toward one city again, Islamabad. Because later this week, a second round of high-stakes talks between Washington and Tehran is expected to resume. And the fact that both sides are willing to return to Pakistan is not just a diplomatic development, it is a strategic endorsement. This is not just another meeting. This is a signal of trust, a signal of neutrality, and most importantly, a signal that Pakistan is now being recognized as a credible and reliable platform for dialogue between two long-standing adversaries. Let's understand the weight of this moment. For decades, US-Iran relations have been defined by hostility, sanctions, mistrust, and confrontation. Direct engagement has been rare, fragile, and often short-lived. But what changed? Why Islamabad? The answer lies in a combination of timing, positioning, and credibility. Pakistan today occupies a unique diplomatic space. It maintains working relations with Washington. It has engagement channels with Tehran, and it has built strong ties across the Gulf and beyond. This multi-directional diplomacy gives Pakistan something very few countries possess: access without alignment. And that is exactly what makes it valuable in moments of crisis. Now, according to statements coming from Washington, Donald Trump has openly indicated that talks with Iran could resume in Pakistan within days. This is not just rhetoric. It reflects a level of comfort with Pakistan's diplomatic environment. Because when a global power publicly signals a venue, it is not random, it is calculated. It means that the environment is trusted. It means the channel is working. And it means the host is credible. Equally important is the recognition being given to Pakistan's military leadership, particularly Field Marshal Asim Munir. His role in facilitating dialogue has been acknowledged at the highest levels, including in Washington. This is significant because it highlights the coordinated nature of Pakistan's approach, where civilian and military leadership are aligned in advancing diplomatic objectives. This unity strengthens credibility. It reassures all sides and it ensures consistency in engagement. Let's go back to the first round of talks, because that is where the real breakthrough happened. Held in Islamabad, those talks marked the first direct engagement between American and Iranian officials in over a decade. Not only that, they represented the highest level contact since the Iranian Revolution, a moment that fundamentally reshaped Iran's relationship with the West. That meeting lasted nearly 21 hours. Think about that. 21 hours of continuous engagement on some of the most complex issues in global politics: nuclear concerns, sanctions, regional security. This was not symbolic diplomacy. This was serious negotiation. And while no final agreement emerged, something arguably more important did: a channel, a direct line of communication. And in diplomacy, that is everything. Because once dialogue begins, escalation becomes harder. Once engagement starts, isolation weakens. And once trust begins to build, possibilities expand. Pakistan's role in enabling this cannot be overstated. It did not just provide a venue, it provided an environment of discretion, an environment of neutrality, and an environment where both sides could engage without pressure. That is what real mediation looks like. Now, after the initial talks, tensions did not disappear. There were renewed warnings, military signaling increased, regional uncertainty remained. But despite all that, both sides are now showing willingness to return to dialogue. And that is the real success because it means diplomacy survived. Iranian officials have already expressed readiness for another round of talks, and importantly, they have indicated their preference for Pakistan as the host. That is a strong endorsement. On the other side, Washington's signals suggest the same direction. So, what are we seeing is convergence. Both sides independently arriving at the same conclusion that Islamabad offers the right conditions for meaningful engagement. This is not coincidence. This is credibility, and this credibility is reshaping Pakistan's global image. For years, international narratives around Pakistan focused on challenges, security issues, economic pressures, instability. But today, that narrative is changing. Today, Pakistan is being seen as a solution provider, a peace facilitator, a country capable of contributing positively to global stability. And that shift has consequences because perception influences partnerships. It influences investment. It influences diplomatic engagement. A country seen as stable and constructive attracts opportunity. And Pakistan, through these developments, is building that perception. Another critical dimension of this story is Pakistan's role in sustaining recent de-escalation efforts. Diplomatic engagement helped prevent a situation from spiraling into a wider conflict because the broader context here is serious. The crisis began with military actions that triggered a chain reaction across the region. Strategic waterways like the Strait of Hormuz came under pressure, affecting global trade and energy flows. Markets reacted. Oil prices fluctuated, and the risk of a wider regional war became very real. In such a scenario, the need for a neutral mediator becomes urgent. And Pakistan stepped in at exactly that moment. Not loudly, not publicly, but effectively. Islamabad's role is not just about hosting discussions. It is about shaping the outcomes. By bringing both sides together, Pakistan is reducing tensions, encouraging dialogue, and creating pathways toward long-term peace. And this sends a strong message globally that Pakistan is capable, that Pakistan is relevant, and that Pakistan is ready to play a constructive role in international affairs. For the people of Pakistan, this is a moment of pride because it reflects something deeper than diplomacy. It reflects national capability, the ability to influence, the ability to connect, and the ability to contribute to global peace. But let's stay analytical because the real test lies ahead. The second round of talks carries immense significance. Will progress be made? Will differences narrow? Will momentum continue? These are open questions because diplomacy is not a one meeting process. It is gradual, it is complex, and it requires sustained commitment. But the fact that dialogue is continuing is itself a major achievement because in today's world, where divisions are deep and trust is limited, even maintaining conversation is a success. Pakistan has made that possible. And as the world watches Islamabad once again host these critical discussions, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Pakistan is no longer on the sidelines of global diplomacy. It is not just reacting to events, it is influencing them actively, strategically, and effectively. This is Pakistan's moment, a moment defined not by conflict, but by cooperation, not by tension, but by trust, and not by division, but by dialogue. You are watching Trending Daily. This is your host, Makhdoom Shahabuddin. See you in the next episode.